All right. Oh. Welcome to today's game here in the Ford Ice Center. I'm Mario Bedingfield alongside Hugh Willer. Game 2 here between South Carolina and Austin Peay.
Yeah, and we're looking at some quality players tonight. We're looking at Sean Miller for the South Carolina Gamecocks, scored 1 goal and 3 assists last night for 4 points, tied for the lead of his team. As well as we're looking at Jackson Smith of the Austin Peay Governors, who has scored 12 goals and 1 assist so far this season for 13 points, and third in college hockey South goal scoring this season so far.
And for Austin Peay here, Hugh.
Well, you're looking back to come back from a rebound after last night. Of course, it wasn't pretty. It was only 15-2 for South Carolina. And the South Carolina is looking to pound on him more, but we'll see if Austin Peay can give a run for their money as we are off and underway.
And here we go here in the Ford Ice Center here. It's game number 2 here of the season. South Carolina, the number 3 ranked team here in the My Hockey rankings here. As the puck slides across. And here comes Austin Peay coming down the way.
Way to break that up.
Passing to Singleton. Singleton takes a shot on goal, and it's deflected off the stick of the goaltender for South Carolina. As South Carolina's gonna break this out. We're on the right wing here.
Defense not able to keep that puck in.
As a chance right in the slot, doesn't go anywhere. Here comes Austin Peay as a slap shot blocked away by a Austin Peay player.
Ooh, Justin Bruneau looked like he took the rough end of that one. He sort of had a hobble when he went to the bench.
Calabra tries to control the puck. Now Austin Peay here, 2-on-2 opportunity now, trying to split the wings as another chance goes by right off the skate here.
Look at Cale Lewis making his best Rasmus Dahlin impression, taking that puck from the defensive spot all the way into the goal for a chance. Unable to connect for the Austin Peay Governors, but we'll get our first face-off here of the game, though. Austin Peay fighting out of the defensive corner. We saw them play out of here a lot last night, Mario.
Yeah, and of course, that is the case here. South Carolina, you had their first 10-goal-plus game of the season. They've usually been more of a defensive, grinded-out, gritty team here, but they showed offensive explosiveness out of nowhere last night.
Yeah, it sort of all came at once. It was sort of a floodgates effect. We'll see how it comes tonight.
As the puck gets here, around the left wing here.
Ryan Moyer forcing guys off of the puck, doing his best. The captain doing his due diligence to lead the Governors tonight.
As this gets along the way here, it's behind the net, and a pass towards the left wing. Now back out towards the slot. As South Carolina tries to bank it in here towards the net, and it gets in. Derek Hadley, the defenseman, with the first effort on net here for South Carolina. They get things going right where they left off on Friday night.
Yeah, you see him parked right up in front of the goal. It just sort of knocks that one in with the rebound trickling off of the goaltender. South Carolina scoring this one early within the first 2 minutes. Not good for your Austin Peay Governors so far.
And Hadley with a nice shot there on the slot. It was off a deflection here, and second puck chances will kill you here in this game.
Yeah, you can't give up rebounds like that. You're good from Austin Peay sort of cycling, forcing South Carolina to just sort of pass that puck around the net, but then you give up that pass up in front, right in front of the net. I mean, that's the easiest place to score from, that's for sure.
As Derek Hadley here puts South Carolina on the board up 1-0 here against the Governors. As this puck gets out towards the center of the ice. And a pass towards the left side here to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, is now on the doorstep here behind the net. As Austin Peay will try to break it out of the boards and clear it, but they can't. As this gets behind the net here. Back towards the corner of the ice. And now towards the left side here as Austin Peay tries to clear it out of the zone.
Austin Peay laying a lot of people against the boards right now on that back defensive line, but a spot like that shouldn't be given up to a winger, that's for sure.
As it gets back out towards the top of the blue line here, as a great pass there, but the centering chance didn't go much of anywhere. As this gets out here, Taft tries to get it, along the way. And now it's back out here towards the right wing, and a shot that's misplaced. As Austin Peay here will try to dump back out in towards the middle of the boards. Can't do much with it. As a good check there, turns the puck over. And Payne Leonard has it on the left wing. He's just going to slope it on down here across the goal line.
Austin Peay taking a lesson from last night, knowing to get the puck all the way down the ice before they change lines on this South Carolina Gamecocks team. He's looking for a long pass down there, but Austin Peay wasn't going to give that one to him. They got it. Sorry.
South Carolina has it around the right wing here now, back up to the top of the blue line. Here comes Austin Peay here. As Austin Peay can't do much with that one. And it gets out towards behind the net. And here comes South Carolina. A hard drive here by Haley, the goal scorer from the first time out. And Haley's on the left wing here. As it gets blocked out, Austin Peay now has a chance to skate towards the puck. Can they win this battle here? As South Carolina able to get possession of the puck here along the left half wall.
Smith with a good idea there and nearly had it loose for deep. It just this puck just sort of trickles under his skates and he's not able to do it with it.
And a big check here around the corner here as the puck is stuck. And now it's on the right wing. Great move here to get to the inside. As that was Nick Esposito as the puck will stop here. And we'll stop play with the 15:08 mark here between South Carolina and Austin Peay.
Derek Helledy, though, here, he's had a heck of a first 5 minutes so far. He gets his name on the score sheet, second goal of the year, able to go after this Austin Peay team over and over again. Getting some transition plays in there, forcing a lot of the play out there. He took that puck up the ice, and they're currently still there. Well, looks like we're going to bring this out to actually past the blue line now.
As we're going to go here towards the face-off dot, right around your left wall here if you're seeing it on the TV screen. As South Carolina will win the face-off draw here. And they will flip this puck up here for Sean Miller here to race towards that puck here. Sean Miller here, one of South Carolina's best players on their team, Hugh.
Yeah, Sean Miller, of course, their best, most productive.
Screen here towards the net, and the puck will be saved on the glove side.
Yeah, good grab up from Dylan Wells there. Of course, he didn't get the start yesterday. Chamberlain, though, saw so much action, the coach decided to put him in there, and good on Coach Eastwood for getting your guy out of trouble when he really was. But we're going to see how he plays tonight.
Austin Peay will win it off the draw here. South Carolina will pass this along the boards, and it's going to get towards the right wing. It's Calabra. And Calabra, it ends up being saved here by Dylan Wells.
Yeah, Dylan Wells, that was a nice save. Nice not to let him inside that post there.
Excuse me, Calberta.
Yeah, Jacob Calaberta, another points leader for this team. Wasn't too much on the score sheet last night, but got himself a goal at one point.
Here goes, get back towards puck drop, and a great win here off the face-off here for South Carolina. As Miller will try to get in towards the corner here. Puck's going to get towards the left wing. A shot saved on the glove side by Dylan Wells. Wells able to snap that one up quick, Hugh.
Yeah, Seamus Murphy in there with the shot going to that inside post again. They had a lot of luck going to that side last night. Murphy with a couple of goals himself. Maybe Maddie didn't get a hat trick, but got the two early goals to really help South Carolina put this one away.
As we got a face-off on the right wing here between Paul Marshall and Ryan Moyer as it gets out here towards the corner of the net. And now it's back out towards the slot. They try to get a chance back out towards the right wing. Here's that shot. It's going to be saved by the pad. Now it's off towards the left wall here at the top of the blue line. As this shot gets in here towards behind the net.
Good on Justin Bruneau there, getting his body in the way, breaking up that shot. But South Carolina doing an excellent job of not letting this puck go behind this blue line.
South Carolina here they're going to try to get the puck here out behind the corner. It gets towards the right wing as Peay Leonard's trying to get a stick towards it and a pass towards the left wing. That nearly gets in.
Yeah, you see that pass a lot from the Tampa Bay Lightning back in their days. The Stamkos.
As Baxter is going to get out here towards the top of the face-off circle on the left wing. Now get back out here to Cade Funyak. As now it's out here towards the middle of the slot. Funyak here is going to pick it up and take a shot there. It's going to be saved. Great stop by Wells as it gets back as far as Funyak again. Austin Peay trying to get it out of their zone. But South Carolina playing a little bit of defense with a little bit of offense here.
Yeah, they're forechecking very well. They're forechecking very well, Mario. They're keeping this puck inside of this zone, not having to go back from the regroup and go back on sides. And Austin Peay, they're not necessarily doing any careless passes to keep them in like they were last night. They're just trying to work it out, and they just haven't had any success so far.
As Austin Peay here as this puck is going to get out towards the left wall. And now it's back out towards the red line of the corner.
Oh,
and now Austin Peay's going to take it away. They're going to have a chance here on a 2-on-1. Look at Sam Stingling here racing towards the end here, trying to get on the end of that chance as that shot was saved here.
Yeah, Jackson Smith had that option there. If you'd think maybe if he had laid that pass out, just you see him coming down in here, and instead of taking the shot,
Austin Peay wins the face-off, and that gets up. And a nice save there by the South Carolina Gamecocks goaltender, excuse me.
Yeah, the goaltender's doing very well so far tonight. Only seen 3 shots, but he's doing pretty well.
As shots are 8-3 right now in favor of South Carolina, just like Friday night there, as Austin Peay has it. As it's going to kick up around towards the half wall, about the mid-circle. South Carolina's going to have a 3-on-2 here against Austin Peay. And now a shot there, it gets in.
As I had just complimented the Austin Peay Governors for playing their defense well, they gave up another transition goal. This time it's from
Michael Welling.
Wow. I didn't think
center.
he didn't score it at all last night, but he's getting himself on the score sheet. South Carolina just working out some things they probably wanted to work on. Excuse me, he did score last night, actually, in the 3rd period. Michael Whalen now with 2 goals so far this weekend, after having no goals so far this year in their first 5 games.
As it gets out towards here to midpoint of the line, now back here behind the blue line as Austin Peay is going to try to get this one out. And it looks like Austin Peay is going to try to get a forecheck in. They can't do much with it. As South Carolina now has an opportunity here as that shot gets around. And it's back towards the crease here. Wells is going to have to get on that and barely saves it. And we got a tussle, a fight, a little pushing, a little shoving.
Yeah, somebody didn't like that, that's for sure. It's going to be interesting to see what the ref's going to decide here.
As we knew here this was going to be a testy afternoon. Talking with one of my broadcast associates here from last night's game, we knew game 2 was going to be even more interesting considering it was a 15-2 defeat and how this Austin Peay team was going to do mentally here coming back into this game.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
he
here we
takes
go.
him to the ground.
As Austin Peay and South Carolina going at it. The fans are loving this.
Yeah, he rolled him. He rolled him down. He had the momentum, and the South Carolina player was able just to switch him back around.
As John McAdams, it was John McAdams, and for Austin Peay, it was
I believe that.
If we can get the ref here to move here for a second. It was Alex Hawk and McAdams, unfortunately going out of here, as they are both going to have to go in the box here.
Yeah, McAdams won the fight when he was able to force that weight momentum back over him and got the Austin Peay player down on the ground.
And so Man of Maiden fans hear about that fight here happening earlier, as we're going to see even strength action here.
You know it's a hockey
again.
atmosphere when you're hearing chirping from the fans as much as you are the players.
The good thing is we get it from the team up the road here with the Nashville Predators, so these fans know their hockey out here. As South Carolina wins the face-off here. As both teams assess the 2-minute penalty. As it gets out here towards the top of the blue line. As Ryan Moyer with a great check here to get the puck off of the
able to get that puck over the blue line now, but bringing it back quickly. And this puck,
as Austin Peay is going to clear it out here behind the net. Excuse me, clear it out towards the wall. As South Carolina here has it along the right wing. Excuse me, the left wing. As the puck breaks out towards the right side here. Is Esposito making a great move here around the right side. A near side shot doesn't go in.
Yeah, Bruneau's going to gather this, try to swing it around. Oh, and it does get out of the zone.
As Bruneau trying to break this now. And now South Carolina here is going to play this towards the left wall. And they're just going to send it down and go out for an on-the-fly change here. As Austin Peay here will get out towards the left side.
Cale Lewis fighting to get it up. Single in now, losing it.
As the boy here trying to skate with the puck, try to pass it along to Calabra. And Calabra is going to pass it here back to the boy. The boy is going to take a shot on the left wing. Excuse me, the right wing, as that ends up missing. Now it gets back out here towards the midline.
Yeah, you've seen a couple of chances like that from Calaberta's line so far.
As it gets back out towards the left half wall in the corner, and this shot trips over.
Calaberta lacrossing that one around the side and in. Wells never even saw that one.
Calaberta here, some nice, what a goal there, Hugh.
Yeah, what a goal indeed. He was able to get around that side fast enough. There was no coordination from Austin Peay in time to be able to stop that from going in. And this is a 3-0 game early here, just over 10 minutes into the period.
Here you go, setting lines here for a second. Excuse me, as the puck gets out towards the left side of the wall. And Austin Peay here will get this puck up in the air. As Austin Peay here is going to have to back skate around. As they'll try to flip it up in towards the zone here and get it out, get some time here to regroup as South Carolina. Now gets a pass there towards the left wall. And South Carolina has it around the middle of the slot.
Way to rob a shot from them right there for Cale Lewis.
As it gets out towards the right wing and scores.
Yeah, Sean Miller left wide open. We talked about him in the pregame. He's one of those guys who's produced consistently for this South Carolina team. This is only their 7th game so far, but that is now 6 goals on the year for Sean Miller.
Sean Miller with a one-timer effort on the right wing here as South Carolina is going to win the face-off.
Now Rodriguez dumped it down. Bruneau's going to have to try and wiggle this out, but the forecheck right now for South Carolina is making Austin Peay have fits.
As it gets out here behind behind the blue line here, as the puck is going to skid across here and go out, and we're going to have an icing.
Yeah, you know, the Austin Peay, they have a little bit of a chance to regroup here if they can make it go fast enough. But it starts by having these plays like this. You know, South Carolina casually throwing an icing all the way down there. They've got a chance now, Austin Peay, to maybe work something like they couldn't get in their power play game last night. Some of these offensive plays right now.
As South Carolina's going to steal the puck here for a breakaway chance in the middle of the slot. And a one-timey effort here, and it doesn't get in.
And it's in.
Wow.
For a second there, that was off the post and sitting right on the line, I believe, and just chipped in by the extra attacker.
Matthew Baxter had insane speed there going down the line.
Yeah, it just sort of sits right there, and Austin Peay's goaltender out of position, not able to stop, and the defender for Peay not able to keep it out either.
As Rodriguez has a chance on the left wing, that's blocked.
Baxter trying to get one
as Austin
back.
Peay here is going to steal this away. Leonard on the left wing with the leg up, and the shot is going to be saved with the trapper for South Carolina's goaltender.
Hey, any chance is a good chance at this point. If you're Austin Peay, Peyton Leonard able to skate down that ice. Not a bad shot, and definitely the best option he had there to go for that glove side, but just unsuccessful.
One of Austin Peay's best chances here so far in this game in the first period.
You see Leonard everywhere on the ice. He's forechecking a guys down. South Carolina just having a guy where they need to be at the right moment. Cale Lewis breaking up that pass, but it looks like they've got it now.
As it gets out towards the middle here on the inside, and it gets a chance here for South Carolina. That doesn't do much here as it gets out behind the net, and a near side shot is going to be covered up by Dylan Wells.
A couple of chances there late from Michael Wallen. He's been hungry for some goals after finally getting on the board for the year, but Wells standing tall as best as he can right now. Not necessarily getting a lot of help, but seeing a lot of action right now. You'd like to see, you know, Austin Peay be able to keep a couple of those goals out, just not been the case.
And the thing is, South Carolina's forecheck right now is posing a problem here to Austin Peay, just as it did last night. As a shot gets in for Austin Peay.
There's Jackson Smith, number 13 of the year.
A silver lining of hope.
Hey, the mountain to the top starts somewhere, and Jackson Smith may have just well done that here tonight, folks. Never say die if you're the Austin Peay Governors.
And Jackson Smith says tune up the crowd here, as there might be some hope here to get back in this game. It takes one, and then many come more.
Maybe a snowball effect is in store for us tonight.
As Jackson Smith here with the first goal of the game for Austin Peay Nice Govs.
Nice Govs indeed, having that play up on the side and keeping that.
As South Carolina has it on the right wing, and a shot here is going to be placed back out as this puck is going to flop towards. And here comes a burst of energy here for Austin Peay.
Haven't seen his name tonight so far, but Christensen getting a play start and unfortunately not be able to get that pass with Sam Singleton.
As that pass is missed by McAdams. Sam Singleton with the assist here to Jackson Smith. It was a nice pass, and then Jackson Smith with a timely shot.
Yeah, Sam Singleton leading the team at points so far this year, able to get another assist onto that for 9-6 with 15 points on the year so far. He leads the Governors.
As it gets out here behind the net here, and now out towards the left half wall as Austin Peay tries to break a pass out, and they're going to slice one.
Good to get some change in there while you can. You know, that line did a good effort. They did what they needed. They scored. It's time for the next line to step up.
He would look like that was a half on-the-fly change from Austin Peay there as they're just subbing in and out.
Yeah, you know, that play right there last night, if it's a tad earlier when South Carolina gets down, that's a goal like what we saw a couple of times there yesterday. And, you know, you never like to see those changes, but thankfully we got the icing. If you're Austin Peay, you know, and you like to see what can happen.
As South Carolina wins off the face-off, a rip pass is going to be intercepted by the Ice Gubs. As Austin Peay here and Alex Snows knocked down. As South Carolina trying to get this off the wall. It's going to be Austin Peay. As the puck is going to be towards the net here. Wrapped around here as the Ice Gubs try to get this one away and try to clear it out of zone again. Yes. As Austin Peay has spent a lot of time in the defensive zone, that's not what you want to see, Hugh.
That's not what you want to see at all. Smith and Grandchamp are back there right now on defense for the Governors, and they've been doing an excellent job. Now they're going off, and we got, I believe they're calling that one offsides.
And it looks like we're going to see a face-off here on the blue dot here. If you're just joining us, South Carolina leading 5-1 against the Gubs right now. As South Carolina started off here with Derek Haley scoring the first goal of the game. Jackson Smith just got the last goal for Austin Peay. But
Moyer, good job on winning that face-off, but then casually just sending that down for an icing. This immediately puts South Carolina back with another offensive possession.
As there's going to be a face-off here in the right circle.
Paul Marshall facing off for South Carolina. He had a couple points last night.
As it gets out towards the slot, right near the crease, as South Carolina would have passed there. And it gets out here towards the half wall, banking towards behind the twine. As it gets out towards the blue line, kicks off the skate of a Gamecock. And South Carolina backing this up towards the midline.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're seeing Alex Hawk play defensive end tonight. He, of course, couldn't play last night. He typically is listed as a center, but he's been playing defense tonight along there right now with Justin Bruneau. We're going to see how he does out there.
As Austin Peay here delivering a hard check. Now the puck, I think, is just stopped and skidded. There's a glove down on the ice and a quick shot there. Gets away off the wall. It's going to be off the netting. As South Carolina's going to keep it in their zone here, keeping the O zone. As a slap shot is going to was missed. As South Carolina here has it along the half wall. And now a turn and spin by Trainer. As South Carolina here has it on the right wing. A one-time Lister didn't do much to affect Austin Peay right there.
No, forcing Trainer to go back there and group this one up. That's
as this is going to get out quickly towards the right wing. Fake slap. And as South Carolina fell out and Austin Peay covers up here. Dylan Wells with the save.
Governors thankful they got the referee crew that they do. Some refs might have called that one a trip on that play, as hard as it is to believe for some.
As Anthony Rodriguez just lost his footing on the ice. It can happen on the ice, it can happen on the field, and sometimes you just get tripped up by, not the turf monster that time, but what would you call that, Hugh?
Well, there's not necessarily a name for it. It's just something that happens typically at the end of a period.
As it gets out towards the left wing here, Sam Singlin trying to push it along the wall, and South Carolina able to flatten that opportunity out. As another good chance there as it gets out here, a 2-on-2, and it's blocked. Now back out towards the middle of the net. It's saved by Dylan Wells.
Yeah, Dylan Wells making saves when it counts, able to get a couple of stops in there for the Governors to make this not be as bad as it is. What a fantastic play from the South Carolina Governors. Honestly, he just kind of shoves him right at the end there. I'm surprised the refs have been holding their whistles in tonight. Haven't been much outside of that 4-on-4 that we saw after those fights.
As the puck drops for a face-off, it's a tie-up with South Carolina winning. As it gets towards the stout and it gets in.
Yeah, it trickles in. Looks like that one is for Mason Holmes. He had a couple of plays last night That's his 5th goal of the year.
Mason Holmes.
See, after getting off of the face-off play, able to get that one around, just sort of works it in the net, gets it right by Wells just enough, and the Governor's not able to answer with their sticks. Singling with the play to move up, but he's not able to do anything with it. Cooper Smith keeping this in there. Oh, the long cross-ice pass just not connecting again.
Gets out here behind the line. Back out towards the left wall. And here comes South Carolina here. As it gets out, great move here from 22. As Wells able to get on it with a great save here. Able to trap it with the glove barely, as it looked like it was fumbling out for a second.
Yeah, the Governors trying to get out of this period as best as they can right now. The 6-1 deficit, they're just hoping not to make this any worse in the next 2 minutes. That play there, the defense looked tired trying to stop that one from going in. As
the face-off won by South Carolina here, a slap shot taking, gets through both Austin Peay defenders and South Carolina here, as South Carolina here has it around the slot once again, as it gets around here towards the half wall on the left side. Now back out towards the corner. Great pass here, and it gets behind the net as Nick Esposito.
Good skate there from number 9, Alex Snow, to keep that play from getting any better. There's a loose glove on here on the ice.
We've seen 2 of those today, Hugh.
Yeah, that's the second one. We didn't see one of those last night. That's Bruneau's glove right now, holding on to the top end of his stick like that, trying to, hopefully he doesn't get a shot too high on his left side.
As Murphy here is going to have to chase all the way back. He'll pass it to Esposito. Esposito is going to take a wrister that goes off the pad of Wells. Wells with a great save, great timing. South Carolina is with the forecheck, is just coming in hard here, and Austin Peay is having fits with it here once again.
Peyton Leonard blows a tire there, unable to.
As Moyer tries to make a move here to the outside, but a great check by South
shoving
Carolina.
him down like it's nobody's business tonight. Alex Hawk trying to keep it off the boards.
South Carolina, meanwhile, has a 3-on-1. It was only 13 to skate back here on the left wing. South Carolina ends up saved.
Yeah, good save on that one from Dylan Wells. Had the 3-on-1 chance. You know, sometimes you bait too much for that pass, but Wells, as you see him there, he's cool, confident, and he keeps that one in. You got to give these Governors credit. They're playing with a lot of good heart right now. Just not able to see the looks that they want, but they're trying to block shots. They're standing in the way, doing their best here tonight.
South Carolina wins the face-off of behind the back pass here around the left wall. As now gets behind the net there, good chance. Now back out towards the deep slot. Now out towards the right wing, and a chance there is saved by Dylan Wells.
Yeah, and it looks like that's going to take us to the end of the period with a save from Dylan Wells.
As the score at the end of one, it's the Gamecock 6 and the home team, the Govs. The Governors of Austin Peay 1. Shots on goal 25-5.
You would definitely like to see more of more of those action in the second half. A good couple of fights that we were able to see. It was some good time to sort of get to view that. You know, unfortunately, the Governors not able to get the win in that fight. But you know, you sort of. Those might come tonight. Those might come. You might see a game like that. Governors have been able to do that in a couple games this year. The second game in Kennesaw State last week, they gave up 11 penalties. Last night they had only given up 6, but you know, they could do a couple more.
Let me give you a quick recap of the scoring summary in the first period. Derek Halliday scored the first goal here for South Carolina, and then Michael Wellen, and then Jacob Calaberta. Sean Miller with the 4th goal for South Carolina. And then the 5th goal for South Carolina. Jackson Smith finally got on the board here for Austin Peay. And then Mason Holmes with the 6th and final goal of the first period here for South Carolina.
Yeah, Mason Holmes with his 5th of the year. Sean Miller with his 6th of the year. Austin Peay doing a lot of great things, but we'll see you guys in the second period.
And coming up, it's the APSN Intermission Report featuring some of our latest interviews for Crunch Time. You're watching Govs Hockey on the Austin Peay Sports Network.
I got a couple favorite terms.
Yeah, we just kind of go along, and like usually like every once in a while someone will make up a new word that just doesn't really make sense, but it's just kind of funny, and we just go with it for a little bit.
Me and a lot of the boys, we like to say Ferda, which is just, you make a big play, you have a sick goal, take a hit, you know what I mean? It's Ferda, it's for the boys, for the family.
A lot of guys say get pucks deep. That's always like the message. And, that just kind of means like if you have no other pass, you're in the neutral zone, just getting the puck deep is the safest option. You give your forwards a chance to get the puck and get a chance to score a goal on the offensive end.
Tindy, it's what we refer to as our goalies.
You got to have good lettuce. That's where your hair comes out the bottom of your helmet, and I need to grow mine out a little bit.
I love protecting my Tindy.
Ferda. It's like kind of a different way to say Forda. It's like Ferda, like Ferda boys. So I don't know. It's kind of goofy, but it sticks.
My favorite word right now is probably nip the goalie. It's basically like when the goalie has his glove up and you score above his glove, or I'll usually say when Grandma hides the cookies in the top shelf. It's my favorite one.
But I'm gonna grow some lettuce for everybody to be happy in the helmet.
Probably a lot of terms that don't need to be said on camera, but
Hey everybody, welcome to a special edition of Crunch Time Interviews. My name is Christian Hunt with my partner Dylan Walton, and we have a very special guest today. We have Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators and about 100 other different organizations. Pete, thank you for taking the time to talk with us today.
Always glad to talk with students of this craft, and I want to make sure everybody understands it is an art, it is not a science.
That is the case, and he is you could say one of the master classes of this art. So I want to start off with a question with you today. So we're going to ask a couple questions for you today. With you doing the Predators and other organizations, but particularly the Predators, seeing how hockey has become so popular, not only in the state of Tennessee, but the South in general, talk to us about the impact, and did you think it would work in the South?
I did. I didn't know if it would work as quickly as it has. I'll never forget the first game and a standing ovation for the opening faceoff. And I thought, well, this has a shot. This has a shot right now. But the problem was with that first game, Predators didn't score a goal. So the next game, they finally came up with 3 and beat Carolina 3-2. So that was a little bit more fun. But I thought that the big thing they had to overcome early was sticker shock at the price of tickets after having not really had pro sports in Nashville in all those years prior. And then all of a sudden people are getting hit with Titans prices and Predators prices, and I think that caused a few to have almost whiplash looking back.
So I'm not as big as hockey as I am now. I've been getting into it since we've been doing these broadcasts, trying to learn and everything. And one thing that I've learned is similar to basketball in the way it's announced, just like the pace of it and everything.
Yes.
How are you able to be like creative with your words, because you've been doing this over 20 plus years, and how you been able to find more creative phrases as time went on?
Sometimes I feel like I'm saying the same thing all the time. So that's just listening to the recordings and coming up with a different way to say the same thing. Mm-hmm. And it's a challenge. It really is, because all of us get into habits that make it a little bit more difficult to be more creative. And that's my goal, be more creative.
All right, sticking with the hockey theme here, you were born in 1951.
Yes.
All right.
Now, a hockey scouts always refer to the players they're studying as their birth year. Mm. So they look at me and say, he's a 51. Okay.
So you were a 51. The Miracle on Ice happened in 1980.
Right.
So seeing that, not only the impact of hockey in the United States, but the impact it had on the United States during a very difficult time in United States history.
Yeah.
Did that, if it did, I'm assuming it did, how much did that game influence you in becoming a hockey broadcaster and broadcaster in general?
By that point in time, I was in my third year with the LA Kings, and I was actually the night of the Miracle on Ice. And now I don't want to misspeak here. The night they beat the Russians, they didn't complete the miracle until Sunday morning against Finland. I was doing a Pepperdine basketball game at Seattle University, and we were just handed notes about what had transpired in Lake Placid, New York. But what that did, I think, was propel more U.S. kids toward excitement and interest and involvement in the game. And I think you will hear from some of the documentaries thereafter that guys like Jeremy Roenick, to go in the Hall of Fame here in a few weeks, a kid growing up in Massachusetts, really got things going, much like Bobby Orr did in the 70s with all the kids in Massachusetts, getting them excited. But over and above that, that took care of kids all over the country, I think. Yeah, we can make an impact here in this game.
With being able to travel, to many different states and even outside of the country, have you taken like some memorabilia from a team? Do you have like jerseys or bobbleheads or anything of like that? Like, do you keep around the house, or like when you like to travel or anything?
I don't collect that much, but I do have a bobblehead of of a favorite announcer of mine, who now is going to be on the Amazon Monday call, John Forsland, who I first met when he was doing Hartford Whalers games. So we've not had the Hartford Whalers since 1997. So that goes back just a little bit.
I think that was before I was born. So
yeah.
Okay, so you talked about earlier how you're a baseball fanatic, right?
Yeah.
You're a big baseball guy. You talked about how, speaking of memorabilia, you have a brick from the old White Sox Stadium.
Yes.
You told that story to us.
So and this is how the confluence of sports go. We were driving from Buffalo to Minneapolis for Super Bowl 26. And naturally, I stopped by the site of Comiskey Park and got out of our van and got out and took a loose brick there from the site. That's the brick that I have from Comiskey Park. And it's still a prize to me. And it doesn't just hold down one lamp in my house, okay? But it's still a true prize for me, and I'm very happy to have it. Going back to the days of, if you look up Sports Illustrated covers, my favorite cover might be 1972, Dick Allen smoking a cigarette and juggling baseballs in the White Sox dugout.
So, you also talked about how you worked minor league baseball along with pro
Yep.
baseball. You actually worked with the Sounds for
Yes.
a little bit here. And you kind of hit on it earlier, the potential of Tennessee, Nashville in particular, getting a baseball team.
Yep.
What do you think are particular challenges that it could face in Nashville getting a baseball team, but what do you think are the upsides to getting a baseball team?
Well, the upside is I don't think there's any question, but it will be successful. The challenge is going to be getting a ballpark built. I think it's unfortunate that when what is now First Horizon Park opened, it wasn't created with expandability. And so it's kind of locked into a small footprint there in the north part of town, near Germantown. And that's what I want to see going on there with all of that. But baseball in Nashville, it's an absolute natural, and I like the fact, and I'm not calling upon my favorite baseball movie, The Natural, when I say that, but it's a fun thing. What a great way to spend a summer's night.
So as a broadcaster, Christian does play-by-play for high school football, and I've done basketball for high school. Once the season starts for you, how long does it normally take to prepare for each game? I know some nights you have back-to-backs and stuff like that, but if you have like time in between, how long does it normally take to like get prepared for a game?
I'm going to have more time in between now by only doing 8 road games starting this year. But normally speaking, I will, especially when there's back-to-back, I'm preparing for both of those games before the first of the 2. So it varies greatly. But if it's a team from the Predators division that I'm more familiar with, it's not going to take as long. For example, when we got started, 6 years ago now with Vegas, that was a team that would take a little while longer to put things together with my effectively, I don't use a spot chart, but I use a lineup chart. And one thing that helps me out greatly now is a new website called dailyfaceoff.com that gives the combinations.
All right, so Dylan hit on the challenges of back-to-back games, and especially in hockey. You have that in baseball as well. What sport, in your opinion, that you've done football, baseball, hockey, anything under the sun, what sport is the most challenging to prepare for, but what sport is the most fun to prepare for?
To me, it's most fun to prepare for a baseball game, and the most challenging is probably those years I did indoor lacrosse. You want to talk about fast and chaotic, absolutely, with indoor lacrosse. And I'm very happy that I had the crossover, sorry for using that word, but using John Tavares is the all-time leading scorer in indoor lacrosse. His nephew is the free agent superstar of the Toronto Maple Leafs, same name, John Tavares. And those two adore each other. So I've had the chance to talk with them both and talk about how much they appreciate the other's game.
Well, Mr. Weber, we could sit here and talk sports with you all day. We are going to go ahead and wrap this up. But
why? We still have the rest of the day to go.
Well, my producer Steve Sawyer gave me the wrap up, so he is my boss. So
okay.
When he says jump, I say how high.
Understood.
But we thank you so much for taking the time, not only to talk to the NSMA chapter, but being able to talk to us. And if you ever want to see it, we do have a show called Crunch Time on APSU-TV. It's a weekly show with these two scrubs right here and another guy named Bryce Robinson. So if you ever want to see...
So Bryce is not a scrub?
He is a scrub, but he's just not present.
An absent scrub, okay.
And so if you ever want to see, we will post this on our show. I'm sure Barry will get with you. But
Good.
We just want to say thank you for taking the time again.
Glad to do it, gentlemen. All the best to you.
Thank you. So that's going to do it with Mr. Pete Weber here. That will wrap us up. It is crunch time. We'll see you next time.
Your college journey begins with unforgettable experiences. Your college journey begins with lifelong friendships. Feel the synergy of the Governor's Pride and memories that connect you for a lifetime. Your college journey starts here at Austin Peay.
I immigrated to America when I was 20 from a country called Uruguay. I have two careers. I'm in the Army Reserves, and I have a civilian career as an engineer. And I have two wonderful children. Every day is a challenge to make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to be there. You have to be present for them. You have to try to teach them. When they learn something new and it just clicks in their brain, I just realized I could do this. And you can just see in their faces. It's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Welcome into the second period of play. Here, back from the Fort Ice Center here in Clarksville, Tennessee. Let's break down what we saw in the first period, Hugh.
Yeah, we saw a lot of offensive game from South Carolina. As you see there, scoring in front of the net is Michael Wallen. As you see there, coming around the side of the net, Dylan Wells just being worked out a bunch over there. South Carolina doing a lot with the passing lanes to break up Austin Peay from ever making any sort of offensive rhythm. Nah, it's been a long night there from, you see, Seamus Murphy and company celebrating a great night of South Carolina success. This is a proud program.
As Christensen wins it off the faceoff. But again, Hugh, as South Carolina here has it on the left circle. Driving it behind the goal line and gets out towards the goal mouth.
See, the South Carolina player was inside of the net there for a second.
As a shot saved by Dylan Wells here off the pads. Dylan Wells has faced a lot of shots here so far tonight here, Hugh.
Yeah, Dylan Wells getting worked out just a bit. It was UC. We're going to stop play here now. Sam Singleton trying to get down on there. Hopefully we can work out South Carolina's goaltender the same way. Just have not been doing that. Dylan Wells, though, standing strong when he can. Still has 20 saves tonight, despite giving up 6 goals. So,
as it's Fry and Moyer with the face-off, and it's going to be won by Austin Peay. As Hugh, what has South Carolina done well here in the first period that they're going to try to take here towards the second?
They've been good about being in position on the offensive side of the ice. They've been great about transitioning the puck down. They've been good about getting on number rushes, gone down on Austin Peay a couple of times. Some 3-on-1 chances for them. A lot of good offensive production. They look like they're running a hockey clinic right now.
They're firing on all cylinders right now, Hugh.
Yeah, that they are. Ethan Goins trying to get that puck up for something.
As this gets along here towards the middle of the slot, that shot is deflected off the blocker.
Oh, that's a big hit. He's still down on the ice, loses his stick. That's a penalty that they're going to give to South Carolina as Ethan Goins stops play there. That was number 9, Sean Miller, taking a beating in that back wall. As it looks like Justin Bruneau is going to sit this one on the ice.
As Bruneau got called there for probably elbowing.
It may have been a boarding. Oh, that's a 5-minute major penalty, Mario. This is going to be a big point of this hockey game. If Austin Peay has any chance to get this get this save out alive, they're going to have to play a man down no matter what for the next 4 minutes and 53 seconds.
And Hugh, the time here for Austin Peay is going to feel like forever. You almost feel like.
Yeah, giving up 3 power play goals last night to the Gamecocks, you would expect this to not go so well, especially when the relief of earning that man back after giving up 1 goal goes away. This is really a big test for this penalty kill unit for Austin Peay right now.
South Carolina's going to try to break it out towards the middle of the ice. And for Austin Peay here, this is a big moment here to try to kill this penalty off here, Hugh.
Yeah, this is a really big moment right now. You're already a minute down. That's the great thing about time, is that it's always moving. So if you can just kill a couple more of these minutes off of, you can start to see a light at the end of the tunnel. Major penalties are hard things to come out of without giving up anything. And right now, they're doing a very good job at suppressing South Carolina's offense on this. Jackson Smith hobbled by that blocked shot, though, and he seems to be favoring that side a little bit. But this referee had his hand up for a minute. It must have been a delayed offsides call.
That's right there. It looked like Jackson Smith here took a little punishment on that block shot.
Yeah, Jackson Smith took a good bit of punishment there. He saw him sort of favor that arm a little bit. Coach has him back on the bench for now. As Moyer's coming out here, we'll see what other sort of penalty kill groups the Austin Peay Governors are rolling with tonight.
As it gets out towards the top of the blue line. Now
Leonard, of course, leads all of College Hockey South in penalty minutes. You would think you wouldn't necessarily want your easiest penalty taker out there while you have that opportunity. You don't want to go down to 5-on-3, but you sort of have to deal with that sometimes when you have these lessened lineups.
And the thing with that here, Hugh, South Carolina's done a great job here elongating the shifts here for Austin Peay as a huge hit happened right there.
Yeah, Peyton Leonard and company are getting physical now. They're starting to tell South Carolina off as Leonard was fighting with John McAdams down there in the corner. We'll see if that turns into anything later.
What do you know? What do you know about these position battles here, Hugh?
Well, the position battles are going to be important. Austin Peay's top 2 lines of scoring have produced a good bit of goals. Even some guys on their third line, they've racked up a good amount of goals this year. It's just a matter of putting it all together at once. Oh, that one goes in.
As that shot gets towards the back of the net here, and that'll be goal number 7 here for South Carolina.
Yeah, it's an impressive goal work in the center of the crease. As you see, a commotion in front of the net. Wells just isn't able to see it in time as it's thrown in there.
And a great shot there by South Carolina. Good timing to get towards that puck. 7-1, South Carolina leads by 6. Hugh, what'd you think of that? What'd you think of that rush, that possession there?
That possession from South Carolina is what Austin Peay wanted to do on defense for a lot of this game, and they just starting to feel like they might be getting a little tired early. They did just play last night, but you like to see so a little bit a good chip on their shoulder to try and hit themselves back into this fight. You know, it's always tough when you're giving up that major penalty. You know, you stay out with a man down for 5 minutes. It's not necessarily what you're looking for all the time. As South Carolina nearly scores again there, but Goins trying to work this one up, throws this down the ice. But yeah, major penalties are hard on a penalty kill unit that tries to put something together after maybe not having a couple of results go their way as of late.
As that was a power play goal by Patrick Cranage here, defenseman for South Carolina. As Austin Peay, a quick pass. And a lot of changes happening on the ice here, a lot of on-the-fly changes here, Hugh.
Yeah, good on-the-fly changes from Austin Peay to get up that ice and get moving on the puck. You know, it was a big concern a tough shot. It goes wide, and he had Wells beat on either side. Just had to pick one, and sends it too far right.
As the ref here a little bit in that fracas, as the Ice Gubs here try to get this one out. As it seems like over this weekend, Hugh, that South Carolina's been a more physical team.
Well, they've been it was sort of quiet last night despite the loss. You know, Austin Peay typically will get physical in some of these blowout games, even if they're the ones blowing out the other team sometimes. They play with a lot of emotion, but last night they were able to sort of hold themselves aside. You know, sometimes when you're giving up 15 goals, you sort of don't want to fight anymore. You're sort of tired of the game and you want to get out of there. But kudos to Austin Peay now saying, you know what, no matter what, we are going to give this South Carolina team a fight.
And Hugh, you love seeing the spirit here of this Austin Peay team.
We got 2 guys that just went into the box here for one guy for either team now.
It was Alex Hawk, number 42. He was in a fight here earlier in the first period. And then...
Oh, that's 2 guys in the box for South Carolina over there. I think this is just going to be some 4-on-4 play, but that's a second man that's sitting in there. Must be a sportsmanlike conduct play of some sort.
A lot of trash getting taught between these two teams here. And Matthew Baxter got assessed with that last penalty, so we'll see if Austin Peay will go on the power play here right after 4-on-4.
Oh, they are skating with 5 out there. This is a 5-on-4 power play opportunity for the Austin Peay Governors. Our apologies. A scoreboard clock had thrown us off there for a little loop.
As he gets out here towards the right wing, and it's Calabretta. Calabretta here with a half move. Makes a great move along towards the side, tries to play a pass. It's intercepted. Nice job in the passing lanes here, getting the stick in the way. As
Christensen got the right idea of the pass there.
And we've seen a lot of great opportunities here for Austin Peay. A lot of good ideas. Just got to have the finishing effort.
Yeah, a lot of good ideas. Oh, that's a big hit over there from Kale Lewis.
As Kale Lewis rocks.
Oh, they are throwing out the coach for South Carolina. They have tossed him out of the game for chirping at the officials. He was ready to go. He wanted to get called out. It looks like he grabbed his backpack and he's walking out right now. You can see him sort of walking away back around Austin Peay. How he said something to the governor's bench. I wonder if they'll take that to heart. There's a lot of emotion here tonight, folks.
As Hugh, it seems like everybody here on the ice right now just...
He's walking out the steps. Wow, that is the quickest I've ever seen a coach leave after getting thrown out of a hockey game in all my years of watching hockey. He's waving to the crowd, too. That's impressive.
He showed a lot of poise and calm there. I don't know how many other coaches would have withstood that one. As it's going to be a 45-second power play.
Yeah, we're going to see. It looks like we've got 4-on-4 currently right now.
Hugh, what just happened there?
It looks like that the South Carolina coach was thrown out. From what it sounded like to me, he must have said something that the officials did not agree with, and the official must have thrown him out. I can only speculate as to what repulsive language he must have said.
Something that can't be aired on the FCC airwaves of our channel here, probably.
No siree.
Meanwhile, Austin Peay.
What a move from Peyton Leonard! Oh, and they're gonna stop this play dead. And another man goes into the box. This time it's Justin Bruneau. He's joining the party back in there.
Three birds in the box here, unfortunately for Austin Peay. And this game has now gotten out of the control of our AAU refs here.
This is a 4-on-3 hockey game for 12 seconds. This will be big. Will Austin Peay be able to stop South Carolina, get this puck out before this chance turns into a different one?
And I don't think you're done here, Hugh.
That's two men coming out. Looks like we've got, 5-on-4 now for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Already with one power play goal tonight.
As the referee had to duck there, as that puck nearly went flying at his head. As South Carolina takes a shot on the right wing, it flies up towards the netting.
Jacob Caliberta there with a good shot.
And Caliberta here has done a lot here today to help out South Carolina's cause of staying undefeated here in this young season.
Yeah, South Carolina, like I was saying yesterday, they only had played 5 games before coming here, and we were wondering, are they going to be fresh or are they going to be rusty? And it's been all fresh here for the Gamecocks.
And the thing about it here is 2 games, and South Carolina has looked a lot like game 1 instead of being a team that just turned around and probably left their game 1 performance back in the hotel.
Yeah, no, it doesn't appear that way. Already, we're halfway through this game, and they have 7 goals. This is already the second most goals that South Carolina has scored so far here in the season. Number 1 being their 15 amount that they had produced last night on Austin Peay.
As Austin Peay here, it's going to be a half skate around the wall. And here comes South Carolina. They pass it towards the left wing.
Anthony Rodriguez looking to get his name back on the score sheet again.
Gets back for for South Carolina. And a slap shot here goes past Dylan Wells in the post. Now it gets out towards the right circle. It gets out towards the left wing, a fake one time, and it's off the stick of Dylan Wells.
Jackson Smith playing good defense there, keeping Rodriguez from getting that puck around for another wraparound goal. Now Kale Lewis.
And a chance right there as the South Carolina goaltender comes out and sprawls out for the save.
Yeah, what a save from the goaltender tonight. We haven't had to call on his number a bunch, but we had to call on him there, and he made a terrific stop to keep this Austin Peay from getting their second goal.
And the thing about it here for Austin Peay and South Carolina is South Carolina has looked great here tonight, and it's because they're taking advantage of just mental miscues by Austin Peay and also the forecheck. 2 reasons that Austin Peay is down 7-1 right now against the Gamecocks.
Yeah, Austin Peay, though, playing the shorthanded game and keeping this a fight. But all
as a 2-on-1 opportunity, kicks off the skate. It's great defense here.
Great defense indeed. The way to stop and disrupt that pass. Sometimes that's why you don't take the extra pass. You're worried that defender's coming in there with the stick to break up your chances.
As it gets out towards the left wing. Pass back out here, drop pass, and now a shot that nearly gets to the net behind the line, now at the top of the blue line. As the puck gets out back towards the corner. As Hugh, a lot of cycling here by South Carolina.
Yeah, working around that.
As it gets towards the slot.
That was a chance they could have had. Looks like they wanted to do something cute with it before putting it in.
As it gets here towards behind Dylan Wells, in front of Dylan Wells is able to trap it in the middle of the crease.
Yeah, good trap there. Way to keep them from moving that around. They're getting the passes they want to now. As you see, South Carolina taking the possession in front of that ice crease.
And it seems like South Carolina, Hugh, has had a lot of possession here in Austin Peay's offensive zone. And it seems like they've almost just broke Austin Peay's will.
Yeah, I'm sure the Zamboni drivers are going to drive here at the end of this intermission and work on the left side of our screen here where South Carolina is attacking a lot more than they'll have to work Austin Peay's offensive zone, because South Carolina has dominated this side of the ice. They have passed along the blue line like they will here for a chance. Oh, that's another goal for the South Carolina Gamecocks.
And it's the 8th goal here on the night here for South Carolina. This time scored by number 8.
Was that Aiden Frog?
By McAdams.
It's John McAdams.
John McAdams with the 8th goal on the night here, as Dylan Wells couldn't stop that one. And
John McAdams, too, his first goal of the season.
Well, what a time here to get on the board here for your first, especially in a game like this. That will bring his confidence up here, Hugh. As South Carolina has it around the mid-wall. They drive it behind
South Carolina with a really good play there to try and squeeze in another, get to 9 here as quick as they can, but unfortunately couldn't get the pass to land for them.
As this puck here, it's off the wall, and now Peyton Leonard with a chance here on the breakaway. Breakaway, and scores! Peyton Leonard.
Peyton Leonard with a beautiful pass from Ethan Goins. As you see, he gets around this goalie here and throws it right in between the legs. Nothing South Carolina could have done about there. That was just a beautiful pass with a beautiful execution. Don't look now, but this is an 8-2 game. There's a chance here for Austin Peay if they can make it go a little bit faster.
What a move by Peyton Leonard, as Peyton Leonard using all of his strength there mid-ice, and then he ended up driving it all the way with a great sprint towards the net here, broke away.
Yeah,
and
waking up the crowd here. Yeah, Peyton Leonard with one of the strongest players here in College Hockey South scores again. I believe that's now his 5th goal of the year and his 12th point.
As the puck here travels out towards the right wing, cross ice pass. Now it gets out towards deep in the middle of the slot. As Fry is going to pass this away. And Austin Peay here is going to try to get away, and it's Jackson Smith taking that one. Makes a move towards the outside, towards the inside. South Carolina here with a 2-on-3. They'll just drop it out towards the right wing. Now pass toward the left wing. That's a great chance. But slides all the way up towards the roof, the roof of the
roof structure.
Arena.
Yeah,
roof structure.
Yeah, Austin Peay doing what they did just right there is exactly what they need to do for the rest of this night. These transition plays that South Carolina have been getting have been ending up with odd rushes. Right there, Austin Peay able to get 3 guys back to match with South Carolina, giving up the open shot like they had before as well, but Wells able to this time to have a chance to make a play on it.
South Carolina here has it behind the net. And it gets out towards the left wing. And now back out here towards the near side, far side. It went in.
Yeah, it looks like that goal might go to Michael Wallen, but he looks like he was pointing to Sean Miller to say that he might have scored that one instead. But as you see, it looks like it tipped off of Wallen's stick, but you never know. Sometimes we won't find that out until much later when the officials of the league go back and review it.
And we'll hear the PA announcer here call who scored that goal for the ninth for South Carolina tonight. Huge shots in favor of South Carolina, 40-8 right now. They scored 9 goals this evening, almost nearing the total from last night.
You like a team that scores 9 goals on 40 shots. That's a very impressive ratio. You would like to see Austin Peay stop a couple more, but it's all about the quality of chances you're giving up. And if your goaltender is giving up 9 on 40, that says something about the opportunities that South Carolina has this evening.
And Hugh, to South Carolina's credit, it speaks to their quality of play and what their coach has prepared here all week for this game.
Yeah, it does. It speaks to the quality of this hockey program that they're so proud of. They got 2024 AAU national champions, like we said before. Of course, South Carolina, not necessarily known for it to be a hockey state, but the North Carolina area seeing success with the Hurricanes.
As it gets out here towards the right wing, as a chance on net and a great save by Dylan Wells.
Ethan Goins getting the rebound, trying to throw this up ice. It worked once with Peyton Leonard. It might work again.
Peyton Leonard going back here on the breakaway. Tries to go between the legs. It's saved by South Carolina's goaltender.
Oh, and with the filthy move, too, from Leonard, getting in there behind the legs through his own, trying to squeeze that over the shoulder of the goaltender, just not able to finish it. But that's the second time we've seen a long pass from Goins to Leonard deep that's worked in a great chance.
But here comes South Carolina right back down as almost as
Wells coming out of the crease to, well, actually that's Chamberlain, my bad. They swapped goalies on us. That's Chamberlain who swatted that puck all the way down the ice and broke up that play.
With this game being 9-2, you can kind of see why Eastwood might have made that change, as we can only speculate to why.
Well, Chamberlain last night, he got exhausted and he got worked a good bit, but he had stopped a fair amount of chances when he had the chance early in the game, and he kept Austin Peay in that game for a good long while.
As Austin Peay here, the Ice Gubs. South Carolina has it around the corner now. As SC will take it down here. The Gamecocks have it around the corner now, looking for a pass and a one-time opportunity. It just missed that right there, Hugh.
Just under the stick. Just under the stick right there from Nick Esposito. Could not get that puck to drive into the net there. And then off of the skate of, I believe that was number 6, Will Trainer.
As South Carolina here has it around the right wing. And now gets towards the end. It's in the net.
Yeah, another goal.
It's 10-2.
Yeah, 10-2. You don't love to see it. South Carolina able just to get that inside the post on them. Yeah, it's been that kind of night for the Governor's defense.
As I believe we're going to see on this replay, it might have been McAdams again with his second goal of the game. But for the moment now, South Carolina wins the face-off. Hugh, South Carolina has pushed the puck in the back of the net once again 10 times.
Yeah, as you see, you hope the Governors maybe could answer, get a couple more in there, so that way they could at least hang their head high and say they got some offensive production going. But giving up double digits of goals is never a fun thing for a locker room.
As a great back checking there from Austin Peay, as they're able to stop that rush chance right there, Hugh. As Peyton Leonard here is going to get it around, now it's back towards South Carolina. As South Carolina is going to just skate towards left wing.
Goins with a nice rebound to get this puck back for Austin Peay.
South Carolina able to get a takeaway there in the middle of the zone. Now it gets out towards the right wing. And a half turn, Leonard is there to pick the puck up and somehow find a way to get that one away here, Hugh.
Yeah, he sends that one down. He got some good plays trying to get that transition game established, some good defense from the top lines, but they almost caught him on the transition game there.
And for Austin Peay here, what do they need to do here as South Carolina has an opportunity right at the net, and another pass there that barely misses in the slot.
Too
looking
dangerous.
As the goaltender for South Carolina and Jackson Smith collided there.
Goalie showing he's not afraid to come out of the crease. Neither of them are afraid to come out tonight, Mario.
Nope. Both teams here definitely showing a lot of intensity. Even the goaltenders want to get in on this one here, Hugh. As a pass to the left side. As they're going to keep the puck as it clicks off there the skates of the Governors and nearly Great pad save there for Dylan Wells to get out there. Now it's out towards the left wing. That shot is saved right at the end of time here in the second period.
Yeah, you don't like to see that necessarily, but you like to get out of that kind of period if you're Austin Peay. Now you got one more ahead of you. Hopefully you can turn it around, make some offensive momentum going in before you go into your next game.
Absolutely. And you speak to that momentum here in the in the second period, Hugh. It's all on South Carolina's side right now.
Yeah, it's all the momentum's there, but you're hoping that maybe perhaps that Austin Peay gets something going.
So looking back at the scoring recap here quickly in the second period, Patrick Creighton has got the seventh goal here of the game for South Carolina to start the second period. John McAdams ended up with the 8th for South Carolina. Peyton Leonard with a great breakaway move to score.
Yeah, as you can see, they were scoring a couple of times here. They got some pressure. Goins with that pass over to Leonard, like you said. Leonard breaking away down the ice, makes the move and scores. But, yeah, that's what we're going to have for Govs hockey. We'll see you in the third period.
Hi, I'm Abby Cater, and today I'm here with Emma Loris. And I just want to start off by saying happy belated birthday. I know your birthday was on Monday, so happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you.
And I also wanted to thank you for coming out today. So tell me about yourself.
So my name is Emma Loris. I'm 21. I'm a junior. I play indoor volleyball here at Austin Peay State University. I'm originally from Bowling Green, Kentucky, so about an hour and a half away. I'm just happy to be here and thought I'd do an interview for you guys.
Thank you. And why did you choose Austin Peay?
Really because of the coaches and the players. When I first came on for my unofficial visit, I met all the players and they just were so goofy and laughed a lot, and so I really loved that. And the coaches were super inviting, and then also the fact that it's only an hour and a half away from home. I really liked being able to go home on a Sunday if I have an off day.
I know you had plenty of success in your high school career by winning 3 regional championships. So what translated to college? What did you bring from your high school that you learned to college?
So our high school was very strict, and we had a lot of goals that we had to set. And so, like you said, we won 3 region titles and made it to state every year except for my senior year. And so we had a lot of good players, so making sure that we had good team chemistry and setting goals and reaching those goals and being determined on that. So that was a big thing that we had to bring over to college. We set goals every semester, and so making sure that we hit those goals and adjust those goals based on what we need to do is super important for us. And our coaching staff is super they communicate a lot. The players communicate with the coaches, so being able to have that good connection and set goals based on what our needs are is really beneficial.
And I know you guys are in the midst of your season right now here at Austin Peay. So just tell me about some of the challenges that your team has faced thus far this season.
So we lost quite a few people last year, and now we have 5 or 6 incoming freshmen. So we're very young, and we don't have a lot of playing experience. And so a lot of our freshmen are having to play because we have so many of them and we lost so many people. So having to navigate team chemistry because we are basically a brand new team. And then also the freshmen getting used to this stage that they're playing on because they've never played against this type of level. So also we've had to have new leaders step up because all of our leaders were seniors and they graduated. So we have new leaders this year. So everyone just trying to come together. It's gotten better as we've gone throughout the season. And we start conference this week, so hopefully we come out with some wins.
Yes, I can't wait to see you guys in conference. And I know, just as me being an athlete myself, I know that we're constantly improving our game on a day-to-day basis. So, what is it that you could improve on in the home stretch of your season and in the off-season, team-based?
I think just bringing the same intensity to practice that we do in games. You practice as you play, and sometimes some of our practices aren't as focused as they need to be, so really making sure that every practice we do it with intent. And so we've realized that this past weekend we played with a new level of intensity that we've never seen our team play with, and so we kind of surprised ourselves. So we just need to make sure that we hit that level of intensity every single day and not drop down.
Yes, that's same for us, really. So what is your favorite memory thus far as being a Gov here?
So freshman year, I played beach, and after our conference tournament, we were able to go to the beach in St. Augustine. Our coach was nice enough to bring the entire team there, so we just had a huge day at the beach. Everyone was, body surfing the waves, tanning, and then we went and got lunch offshore. But we were just super thankful to be able to go out there, because normally when you go to the beach, I'm with my family. I'm never really with my friends, so being able to experience with your team was super, super awesome.
Well, Emma, I just wanted to thank you again for coming out today. And yeah, well, we have to wrap it up, and we're going to take it back to them in the studio.
Hi, I'm AJ Crowder here with senior cheerleader Gabby, and today we're going to be talking about cheer and a bunch of other things. So let's go ahead and get started. Gabby, what has been your cheer background, and how did you get into cheer?
Well, I actually started off dancing from ages 3 to 8, and then I decided to take a year off to go and do some tumbling classes. I wanted to do acro. Did everything in dance you could ever imagine. Ballet, tap, hip hop, which was short-lived but very much loved. So then after I took my year off, I decided to go back to acro, and I told the gym owner that I really wanted to go back into dancing. And he pulled me to the side and he said, I don't feel like you're done. I feel like there's something else that we can try. And I was like, what are you talking about? I know that I'm a dancer and I love dancing. And he was like, well, just come to one of our cheer practices and then you let me know. So I went to one, and they were like, actually, so we have a competition and we really need somebody to kind of fill in for this one person who's out sick, and we would love for it if you could help us out. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And here I am 12 years later. So, I think I found my love, and once you find it, you stick with it. So.
That's a really awesome experience for you to share. So what led you to pick Austin Peay?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Clarksville. My dad was military, so we've been here for most of my life, ever since I was 3. And I've always grown up around Austin Peay and cheering with the cheerleaders. I went to clinics from ages 13 all the way up until I graduated high school. And I really loved them, and they treated me like a part of their family since I was growing up. And I just decided, you know what, why not? I'll try out and see where it goes. And I just fell in love with it.
That's really great to hear. So with you being a senior here at Austin Peay, what has been your favorite cheer memory since being a cheerleader here?
Honestly, my favorite memory is making the team my freshman year. I remember that I was working at my small, little, tiny coffee, ice cream, bakery job, Golly Geez actually, and the owner was on shift, and he was working with me, and I got the text that I made the team, and I turned around and I instantly just was like, I just made the cheer team, and he knew that I was working so hard, and the feeling of all the preparation, the years of hard work, the years of going to clinics and making myself known, it felt like it paid off.
That's really wonderful, and I'm very happy for you that you've been here. So we know there's some big games that we've attended. Obviously, we played Ole Miss in the past, Alabama, for football. Has there been any big games that you've really enjoyed or has been your favorite?
Oh, wow. I mean, out of all of them, I have actually been to all of the big away games. And I think personally my favorite was Ole Miss, because that was their 9/11 game, and I think it was just a perfect mixture of a big SEC school as well as some cheer friends and football rivalry. It was just an amazing experience, so I think that one was my favorite one.
That's a great experience. Thank you for sharing that. What is your goals for not only the team but for yourself heading into this cheer competition season?
Honestly, there's several goals that I wish to accomplish. I think my first one is breaking the barrier between keeping that outside negativity away. I feel like I want us to grow as a family before we even jump into our national season. I think that once you win as a team, you have to win as a team. So to do that, you have to become a family first.
That's awesome. And so you talked about how you've been on the team since you were a freshman.
Yeah.
What would you tell your freshman self?
If there's one thing I could tell her, it's be patient. Kind of take it easy on yourself as you go through all these hard trials.
you know, coming into my freshman year, I was baffled by the talent that we had, you know, and I pushed myself really hard, and I was really hard on myself. But if I could tell her one thing, is to be patient, trust the process, and make sure that you're getting a healthy amount of sleep, because the hours of sleep that I kind of lost out was insane. But it's all worth it.
Well, it's definitely a lot of hard work, but I'm sure it does pay off. And so with the cheer team, they have to fundraise. So tell us a little about Dream Chasers and how that fundraising helps go to nationals.
So Dream Chasers is actually, my mom owns it, and it is a huge nonprofit that allows us to pay for our away games, as well as when we go to nationals. We work events at Nissan, Bridgestone, Ascend, and even some at F&M Bank. We work like concerts, we work little Titans games and things like that, and we work in the concession booths, and all of those funds that we raise and all of our tips go into our hotel rooms, our food expenses. They even pay for new uniforms, as well as shoes, our warm-ups, our ribbons, our pom-poms, and things like that. So anything that we wear, you can name it, but we fundraise hard for it.
That's incredible. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much, Gabby, for joining us, and we will see y'all back in the studio. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can help support Austin Peay students who don't have enough to eat by donating to the Save Our Students Food Pantry. The Save Our Students Food Pantry is looking for soup, pasta, canned meat, canned beans, peanut butter, and fruit. You can drop off your donations at the food pantry on Home Avenue. It's open Tuesdays through Friday, 8:30 until 4. For more information, call 221-1620, a campus reminder from Austin Peay.
Where's your emergency? Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. Please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Your unforgettable experience. Be a part of a community of champions. There's a place for you in our winning legacy. Feel the synergy of the Governor's pride. Create memories and victories that will last a lifetime. Your victory starts here.
What are you doing in there? What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
I'm Mario Bedingfield. This is Hugh Wheeler, and we are in the third period here between South Carolina and the Austin Peay Governors.
Yeah, Mario, we've seen a rough one for Austin Peay so far, but you know, we've got 20 minutes left in this game. It's 10-2. Can Austin Peay win the period? We've seen that South Carolina was able to get some attacks here late in the second period. You saw that we're able to score from getting in on goal like that. Wells trying to throw that one out to the side. A big hit there on Sean Miller, our star of the game. South Carolina able to pass that one out in front. Austin Peay, though, able to get a goal in on a couple of chances. You know, we had a long one from Ethan Goins here. He throws it up ice to breaking down Peyton Leonard, who goes in and scores on goal. South Carolina, though, adding the pressure relentlessly. Going on and on and on. Nick Esposito so far has 3 points tonight, 1 goal and 2 assists. You want to see if maybe South Carolina can win this period, win some momentum before going on to the road. This will be their last home game here for 2024. It's been the first year of Governors hockey, and you want to see that momentum increase and keep going.
As last period of 2024 here for the Austin Peay Governors at home, like you said, Hugh, we said this off air here at the break. You want to win this period.
I want to win this period. I want Austin Peay simply just to go out there and score more goals than the South Carolina Gamecocks from the time we started back on air to the time we go back off of air. I want to see Austin Peay get some attacks going. Ethan Goins, I know he's scored in the last 5 games. I'd like to see that streak go increase. We'd like to see some action from Sam Singleton. Haven't said his name too much tonight. We'd love to see some action from the defensive line. They've been so exhausted defending. We'd like to see them on the attacking side on the blue line.
As the puck gets out here towards the defensive blue line, and Hugh, third period for South Carolina. What's the strategy?
Honestly, if you're South Carolina, you're trying to get some more plays in, trying to work some stuff out that you might want to work on before you play a tougher opponent. You know, South Carolina, number 3 in the AAU college standings, but you know who's number 4, right? Tennessee. And Tennessee is right behind the South Carolina Gamecocks. They've already played Austin Peay and won both of those games handedly. If you're South Carolina, you're thinking big picture. You're thinking 2025 title in Division III. You want to see some plays going on for the future. This is only your 7th game this season.
And speaking to the future here, Hugh, for South Carolina, up next it's UAB here in division play, January 18th to the 19th. As the puck here sits around the corner.
UAB, who we saw here a couple weeks ago, wasn't able to do much against the Governors. Should be a couple easy wins for South Carolina coming up.
And then it's Kennesaw State, January 24th to the 25th, another opponent that Austin Peay has seen on the road and lost big time, just like, unfortunately, what's happening here tonight.
And another opponent that's ranked number 13, Kennesaw State. Could be, they hosting that game, Kennesaw State?
They are, South Carolina is hosting that game.
South Carolina should be able to pick up those wins there, but you never know. Kennesaw State's got some offense. We saw that against the Governors last week. They put up 20 goals over 2 games against us, but you want to see, you know, is the South Carolina team legit as they score
South
there?
Carolina scores in 11th.
Yeah, like I said, trying to work some stuff up. You got some plays hooking the puck around on the left. Time to go to the right. Gets it in there. That's number 19.
That is Aaron Borsek.
Aaron Borsek
with his second, that's his second goal of the evening.
Yeah, that's his second goal tonight. It's an impressive goal, too, to wrap that puck around. And really, Chamberlain had no chance at that one.
South Carolina looking to go again. They switch it here towards the left side. Great pass towards the right wing.
Yeah, what a pass from Paul Marshall there, trying to get that out in front to Baxter, looking for his second. But Marshall with a couple good passes here this weekend. Had a beautiful pass in front of the net last night to set up a South Carolina attacker. And add on to the onslaught that was the 15-2 result here at the Fordyce Center.
South Carolina, another opportunity.
Baxter just fans on that shot.
As Baxter has done, Matthew Baxter, number 17, the forward here for South Carolina, has done a great job here.
Yeah, they're still attacking inside of that. Anthony Rodriguez getting in shots right now. Everybody trying to get something set up. You're just filling out the stat sheet pretty much, making it as pretty as you want it to be.
As it's screened off towards the wall there.
Yeah, that tip-in chance, you wanted to see those kinds of plays go in if you're in South Carolina. It's harder to get tip-in goals here at the college AAU level, but you want to see stuff like that transposed. It's a big weapon for an offensive game.
As Hugh, it seems like that's why South Carolina has at least two, you see them have two players up around the crease for a tap-in chance.
Yeah, they've held the front of the crease all night. They've been able to work in some really easy passes in there, float them through the defense that once they get their opportunity. They haven't really let up either. Sean Miller streaking down the sideline.
As it's a pass towards the right wing and now towards Ryan Moyer.
Ryan Moyer, and we saw him score last night. Haven't seen much of him on the offensive side tonight.
South Carolina looking for a pass there. And this gets her on the left circle, and a big hit there, crunching for the Ice Gubs.
Yeah, I tell you what, Callie Barrett is going to feel that one in the morning. It didn't look like too much of a hit, but this late, you're so exhausted, probably you're going to feel those hits now as we're getting here late.
And Hugh, it seems like both teams have taken a lot of damage here in this game.
Yeah, and Austin Peay starting to feel a little panicked on the defensive side of the ice, throwing that puck all the way down for an icing as you see the referee making that call. Not too hard of a decision there if whether the defender was going to be able to go and stop that one before it went all the way down or not. But South Carolina, once again, in the offensive zone, said it once, will say it again probably in the next 14-26.
Setting the face-off here, it's Ryan Moyer versus Mason Holmes.
Ryan Moyer, good face-off win there.
We're going to need a lot more of that and a lot more offensive output here to get back into this game here.
Yeah, no kidding. They're going to need a special favor and then some in order to win this game. But you know, you're seeing stuff like that there with Chamberlain being able to swallow up a tip-in that just kind of shakes off of a player. You never experience luck quite like you do in hockey. A ball might bounce a funny way in basketball, but the ball will always bounce funnier if it's just a cylindrical disc, you know?
Hey, sometimes it seems that way.
It usually is. It looks like we're going to have a penalty here on the Governors.
As Austin Peay is going to go into the box here, the Ice Govs with a 2-minute minor.
As Cooper Smith there sitting in the box.
As the president will take a seat here in the penalty box for now.
South Carolina working the top of the key here. Get into that right side. That's about what they've been looking for all night. It seems to have worked quite a bit. You wonder if they ever run out of steam on those setup plays.
And it looks like as a chance right there gets it gets over the nearly over the glass.
Bruno getting ripped apart from, I believe that is Sean Miller. It might be Sean McAdams, number 8 or number 9.
Hugh, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep these two teams apart here before this game wraps up.
Hey, there's 13-22. There could be a lot of fights in store for us in the next couple of minutes. But Austin Peay now down a 5-on-4. Luckily not getting a penalty down, man, right there. But, well, actually, I think I spoke too soon. It looks like we are down 5-on-3 at this moment here, folks.
As a 5-on-3 power play here for the Gamecocks, as the shot gets out towards the corner, now back out towards the top of the blue line.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily want to go too aggressive on defense here this late in the game in this type of contest. You want to save everybody's bodies as long as you can throughout the season, but, you know, South Carolina hasn't been able to get a real good chance in here on this one.
As it seems like South Carolina is just trying to save a lot of energy. They're not interested in competing in a war of words or a physical battle too much anymore here with South Carolina causing more penalties here as they just want to get out healthy and happy.
Yeah, you say that, and then a man charges right down at the net, but it's exactly as you're saying, you know, that you really do want to get out of here kind of unscathed if you're South Carolina. You got the whole season out here out in front of you, but it looks like they're taking all the chances they want right now.
As a chance at the left wing ends up misfiring. But like you said, Hugh, South Carolina's taking everything here as that shot gets in the back of the net.
Yeah, that's another one. Looks like it's from David Winslow DuBois. Haven't heard his name too much tonight, but that's his first goal of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, as you see, they were working that side. He just got the right chance, you know, puck falls right in front of him. Even though he falls down, you know, the goal goes in. It's a great play for the South Carolina team, working out some more kinks in their lineup before moving on to the next game.
Absolutely, as South Carolina has done a nice job, Hugh, of playing up to their number 3 ranking.
Oh, you love to see that from your team president, Cooper Smith, battling against the boards there. You know, you need your leaders in this team to step up and show you how you take a loss gracefully at times when you're down 12-2 against a top-tier opponent.
As the Govs will catch it here on the right wing, and now that pass is going to get out here, just trying to get numbers here back on the offensive side of the puck, and now Osprey's going to have to back check here. And now it gets out towards the right wing. South Carolina's going to have a chance for that, but they're going to pass it off.
Oh, Hawk throwing them off of the puck there, then taking a hit. Getting back up as quick as he can, but
as he kicks off, it's blocked off the skate.
That play was all sorts of things there. It was blocked, it was tipped, it was kicked around, it was passed. The setup pass just couldn't land exactly.
As it gets here towards the middle of the ice, around the right wing, right where we're sitting.
Yeah, so close you can almost smell the sweat coming off of them tonight.
Yeah, we're that close to the ice here. As a shot in the right wing, and now it gets behind Dylan Wells, it gets in.
Yeah,
Carter Chamberlain
squeezes under Chamberlain there. I believe that is Anthony Rodriguez. He's had a couple of helpers here tonight, able to add to some offensive numbers of his own here as we get here to the late stages of this one.
And Rodriguez has looked good here tonight here. It's been a complete effort by South Carolina.
There's Rodriguez again, making that pass up to Matthew Baxter. That's a goal. Matthew Baxter squeezing that one through Chamberlain at the last minute. Chamberlain's going to wish he had that one back. That just, it just squeezes under him and into the net. You hate to see that from your goaltender when you're already have given up so much and you just want to possibly take less goals than you did last night. But you know, it's how hockey goes. It's how the puck will roll sometimes.
Absolutely here, Hugh. As Miller take along the half wall. And now a shot goes in.
Wow, and that's back-to-back shots they're going in for the South Carolina Gamecocks as the Jacob Caliberta gets a pass from around the side there and then just buries it around a couple of defenders and attackers into that top corner. This is a 15-2 game. That's the score we had last night, Mario.
And as Austin Peay here looks to figure it out here as they're trying to get back in this game.
You would hope to figure out something before this game ends.
South Carolina coming down once again. That shot gets off the right wing and it misses. And now it gets into the corner. At the top of the slot, rips a chance, but Card Chamberlain makes a great save here.
Yeah, Chamberlain makes a save on this makeshift Lucas Tafe and Sean Miller and Jacob Caliberta line that they've got. They're going to rest for this next one, see if anybody else can add their names onto the score sheet.
And Hugh, we talk about the score sheet here of this game, and I don't know if we can keep up with the amount of goals that South Carolina has scored over this weekend. It's been 30 combined now.
Yeah, it's been quite a brutal affair for Austin Peay's defense here on this weekend before Veterans Day here on Monday. You look at the stat sheet and you try to say, well, we at least did this, but we're approaching a cliff drop-off where at this point you just want to say, I remember as little of it as possible.
Absolutely, Hugh. And sometimes, Hugh,
you know, even when you try to win the period, you're unable to. Sometimes you give up 68 shots in a game. That's how the game of hockey works.
It's a game of days and a game of repetition.
It's a game of inches. It's a game of milliseconds and inches, and it's a game of patience as much as it is impatience, as much as it is aggressiveness.
And absolutely, you've seen that with the way Austin Peay has played here tonight. Here, Hugh.
Austin Peay, they've tried their luck at some defensive chances here. Kudos to them. Last night, they started to look as if they were getting tired around the late end of the second period. But tonight, they're showing a lot of fire. They just haven't been able to come up with any plays to shift any momentum their way. They haven't been able to sustain too much pressure on them. They've had a couple of breakaway chances.
And there, another shot right there for Austin Peay, Hugh.
Yeah, Doherty, South Carolina goaltender Doherty has not been worked too much tonight and doesn't have to do much on that one as he just sort of guides that one into the rafters. And we're going to get a face-off in Austin Peay's offensive zone. It's a hard shot from Peyton Leonard to try and get that one to squeeze in there. It's just going to roll out a play once again. This is back-to-back face-offs in the O-zone, though, for the Austin Peay Governors.
As South Carolina, unfortunately, Austin Peay cannot keep South Carolina out of their own half.
Yeah, you love to see though Ethan Goins going on with the checking all the way down the ice, trying to get something out of it, working that transition game with Peyton Leonard once again, but just not having too much success with it.
Breakaway chance here for South Carolina as it gets near the wall.
Anthony Rodriguez with more attempts here late in this one. Anthony Rodriguez with some helpers early and wants to take some credit for his own right in the goals column.
As this puck will get out and up towards the back wall. And chance goes flying there as Baxter, that shot ended up missing.
Yeah, 6 minutes about to go here for the Governors. You know, yet you're not even probably going to win this period now, but you want to try and possibly get one more goal at least out here and get that going before we call it a night here and a season here for the Governors at the Ford Ice Center. You want to give the fans something to cheer for as we move into this winter break.
Absolutely here, Hugh. You put that in words I think that most OSP fans will understand here as this game is right now out of the hands of Austin Peay.
Yeah, it's a proud school and it's a proud tradition. Looking to start some new great adventures in hockey, and you'd love to do what Vegas did in the NHL a few years ago and make it all the way to the finals on your very first year, but you know, that's just not necessarily realistic for everyone.
No, you said it, Hugh. Sometimes you're going to go through the struggle, and Hugh, again, I think this Austin Peay fan base and this team knows it's going to be a journey ahead.
They know it's going to be a journey, but give them credit. They're packing this house. As you see, there's so many people still here tonight watching this team continue. They've been cheering even on some of these goals as Jackson Smith and Peyton Leonard lit the lamp late here. But you love to see the building and the energy that the fans are bringing here, and you want to see that progress as we move into a new season. Rebuilding's tough. South Carolina is a long-established club hockey program, and the Governors are looking to create one just as special. So hoping to see some improvements here as we move into calendar year 2025.
As this game shows here, Hugh, from what you said tonight, South Carolina, another goal goes in.
Yeah, Nick Esposito again. That's his second goal of the game. As you see here, set up at the top of the key and throws that in behind Chamberlain before he had a chance at it.
And that is the 16th goal here tonight for South Carolina.
This officially ties the most amount of goals that the Austin Peay Governors have given up on the season. Of course, they gave up 16 to the Tennessee Volunteers back in early October. Sam Singleton, though, trying to get something going.
South Carolina here is gonna, as that puck gets beyond the blue line. Now a pass to Michael Welling. Now over towards the middle of the zone, middle of the offensive zone.
South Carolina doing a lot of plays, leaving the puck down in that corner for them in order to move that work in the work they called Gretzky's office a bunch, the behind the goal zone, and trying to work in another goal here. See if they can't make it 17.
And for South Carolina, a lot of things have gone right for them tonight, and as a lot of things South Carolina has done great here, Hugh. What do you think can get them a 17th goal?
I think doing exactly what they're doing is going to get them a 17th goal. It just depends on how much the skaters got left in them, if they want to keep going for it, if they want to just try and skate this one out. Sometimes you start to feel bad as a player when you're beating somebody so bad, and it depends on the locker room. Every locker room is different. It's like snowflakes.
As Holmes couldn't control that puck. And, a heart-crunching hit there.
What a hit from Singelin there on Lucas Tafe.
As we've seen a lot of physical, hard-hitting action here between these two teams all weekend.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of it last night, but it really ramped up here in the second period and seems to have cooled down a little bit later in this period. But you never know if it's ever going to start back up. If someone makes a comment about somebody else's mother, you know, it always can lead to something.
And obviously, Hugh, some things are better left to be unsaid than said.
Yeah, they're still figuring that one out in hockey most of the time. What a save there from Chamberlain to keep his glove up and make sure that one didn't get over him. Sprawled out's about the hardest position to be in hockey, as a goalie in hockey, and he certainly handled himself there.
As it gets back towards the middle of the ice here, and we only got a minute 23 left before the final whistle, the final buzzer goes off here. As South Carolina's shot ends up being saved.
Cooper Smith taking a hit right into the boards off of that shot from the post. Trying to throw that off of the boards in to see if the goalie can't bobble it.
As Bud, the defenseman, passes, it gets into the back of the net.
Yeah, that one squeezes through Chamberlain again. That's number 17 on the air. As you see here, set up right in front of the top of the key.
Jacob Calaberta again here for South Carolina.
You've said it. We've said his name a lot tonight, haven't we, Mario?
I think he's got to be potentially the first star of this game.
Yeah, and that's 17 as we're in the final minute of this hockey period, the final home hockey game of 2024 for your Austin Peay Club Hockey Governors.
And as another one nearly gets into the back of the net, and that one, it looked like it might have got behind the goal line.
And he saved it from a defensive stick, kept that off of the line. It's a beautiful, beautiful stop from Austin Peay on defense.
Yeah, but not enough here tonight to get this win here.
No, but you know what? If you go back to your locker room, you look at that tape, you can say that's exactly where you start if you're Coach Eastwood. You say that right there. That's what Austin Peay hockey needs to be in 2025 and for the rest of this season. We need to be stopping that play from happening. Those goals need to be taken away from the South Carolina Gamecocks.
And that will do it here at the Ford Ice Center on a rainy night, a dreary night here at the Ford Ice Center. The final score being the Gamecocks, the number 3 ranked Gamecocks of South Carolina 17, the Governors of Austin Peay 2.
Yeah. Not too great of a result if you're Austin Peay. Most goals have given up on the year, but you can start to see where you are, you know, against the top competition in this league and know exactly what that hill looks like to get this program from where it is and to the forward and beyond. But Mario, take us away.
Well, so as we get ready here for the end of this game and to wrap this one up, Calaberta was probably my first star tonight here, and a great finish here to this game in his weekend as he scored the hat trick.
Yeah, I would give Calaberta the first star as well. Maybe Nick Esposito as well.
As final score here again from the Ford Ice Center tonight. The Gamecocks ranked number 3 in the AAU My Hockey rankings, 17. The Governors of Austin Peay 2. Today's game has been produced by sports communication students from the Austin Peay State University Department of Communication. This has been a presentation of the Austin Peay Sports Network.